everybody, welcome back to Mimi's Mixed Bag. Today I'm coming to you to share with you a recipe that I came across about a week or so ago, and I've made it a couple times, and it is the world's easiest peanut butter cookie recipe. It has 4 ingredients, and some of you that know me personally know my husband's a police officer, and he is by no means a donut man. He is a cookie monster. And I made them, and he came in and said, wow, those taste better than my mother's. And so by him saying that, that was quite the compliment, and so I knew that I had a winner recipe, and he's even asked me since then, when are you going to make them again? So I want to share with you today the ingredients, 4 ingredients to get these started. Peanut butter, a cup of sugar, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of baking soda. And the baking soda I used was just Arm & Hammer basic stuff. Okay, and I also used crunchy peanut butter. You can use any kind. I just so happened I had crunchy, and plus it adds a little peanuts to the cookie. So the first thing you got to do is you've got to cream your cup of sugar and your egg. And since it's such a little bowl, I just went ahead and put 1 beater on my little mixer. Okay, I have my 4 ingredients all mixed together, and this is, and the recipe called for you to make it into balls, and I thought, wow, this is awfully wet in order to make it into balls. I thought that's going to be a mess. But I found that I took just a little spoon, and I just kind of did it like this, and it wasn't near as sticky as I thought it was going to be. So it looks awfully wet to make it into balls. And I'm just going to place it on this well-loved cookie sheet. And so I'm just going to, and I found that if it gets, you know, the heat of your hands get a little sticky. I found that if I wetted my hands a little bit for some reason, but I just took a good rounded, and I would say it's about the size of a walnut if I had to, you know, so you can tell on the camera, because sometimes it's hard to tell exactly. But I made, let's see, I put about 12 walnuts. That's actually what they look like, color and everything. But I was able to fit 12 walnuts on the cookie sheet. All right, I have my 12 cookie dough balls on my cookie sheet, and this is probably the most important step of the whole recipe. I have accidentally skipped this step on one of the batches I made, and for some reason the cookies did not spread out and they didn't really cook. They were done on the outside but not done on the inside, so apparently this step is really important, and that is, you know, taking a fork and making the fork imprints on the cookie, just like this. And I noticed that, you know, this is kind of a sticky dough, so I put a little bowl of water here, and I noticed if my fork is wet, it kind of doesn't stick to my dough. So apparently this is the magic trick to these cookies, and you know, with any peanut butter cookie, you got to have the fork marks. That's kind of the peanut butter cookie signature. But my last batch I didn't do this, and which I'm sure they will not go to waste. My husband will eat them. So okay, all right, I have them with the fork marks, and now I'm going to put them in my oven. Now if you have a conventional oven, it is 350 for 10 minutes. And if you have a convection oven like me, I lowered the temperature to 325 and reduced the cooking time to about 7.5 minutes. So I'll get back with you in 7.5 minutes and show you what they look like when I pull them out. All right, it has been 7.5 minutes, and I went ahead and pulled the cookies out. They're very soft and really puffy, and so I'm going to let them completely cool for at least 30 minutes before I even attempt to pick them up. And they will be nice and firm, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, this is the finished product. These firmed up enough to where I could take them up with a spatula. They are just wonderful cookies, considering there's no flour and there's only 4 ingredients. And so just the most important part is don't forget to use the fork marks before you bake them so that they will flatten out. I just want to show you an example of what a batch turned out like that I didn't do that. I did the fork marks after they baked, and so you can see there's a considerable difference in the way they baked. So for some reason, the fork marks before you bake them is the trick to this recipe. So I'd love to know if you try it and tell me what you think. My husband's certainly going to be a happy fellow when he gets home, and I normally store these in an airtight container, and they'll be fresh for several days. So I just want to thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.